Hey there, I'm Matthew Mignante with FitnessVault.com, and today I'm reviewing an interesting product. It's called Instant Knockout from the UK-based company Roar Ambition. Also, don't forget to check out my review of the 4-gauge pre-workout from the same company. Now, you probably noticed this awkward-looking bottle sitting on the table, but it's actually designed to look like a fist, hence the name Instant Knockout, and it makes sense. This product is actually endorsed and used by some professional combat sports athletes, such as MMA fighters and boxers. It's a shredding formula, so it's designed to help you burn some body fat while also improving certain factors of performance and enhancing cognitive function. Sometimes these athletes need to meet a certain weight, and so a product like this could be potentially helpful in assisting in those efforts. But this is really an option for anyone, both men and women, looking for those benefits. And being interested in combat sports myself, I just wanted to see what this product was all about. So I'm going to break each ingredient down, talk about the formula, so that if you were considering this product, then you'll have a little bit better idea of exactly what it is and how it could help you. But before I do that, I just wanted to mention the price, because that's definitely important. So one bottle of Instant Knockout is $59. That doesn't include shipping. There are 30 servings in a bottle, so that comes out to, if we're not including shipping, a little bit less than $2 a day. You can also go with the 2-bottle option. That's free shipping to the US and UK. That is $118. And then the best value is definitely going to be the 3-bottle option plus one free. That's $185. Free shipping to the US and UK. And that comes out to around $1.50 per day per serving. So that's going to be your best value, obviously. But when considering the price of a product, it's definitely important to consider the quality and what it offers. So I'm going to also talk about that later on in the review. But for now, let's see if this product can deliver the knockout punch. Okay, so first things first, Instant Knockout contains a pretty good dose of B vitamins such as B6 and B12, which are important for cell health, cell energy, red blood cell formation, which is important for transporting oxygen throughout the body to tissues. And then we have zinc, which is an important mineral for immune system health, which is especially important right now. And then it's also important for protein synthesis, DNA synthesis, and so on. And then last, for the minerals is the chromium, which is a trace mineral that is actually important for the function of insulin in our body, which is a hormone that allows our bodies to use glucose as energy. But it's important to note, though, that there's limited scientific evidence that shows that it could actually have any positive effects on those with diabetes. So I think that's important to note. Okay, so now for the powerhouse ingredients in Instant Knockout that are expected to elicit those desired effects. So first we have 500 milligrams of green tea extract, which contain polyphenol antioxidants called catechins, and these are believed to be responsible for most of the health promoting properties of green tea. And antioxidants also protect the body's cells from damage. And I also thought it was interesting that the combination of green tea and caffeine has shown in studies to really have some positive effects on increasing energy expenditure, which is calories burned, and this can happen through thermogenesis, heat production in the body, fat oxidation, or even both. And this can be really helpful for your weight loss efforts. And because green tea contains antioxidants, it can also have positive effects on certain disease and cancers. It can improve insulin sensitivity, brain health, heart health, etc. Okay, so next we have 100 milligrams of green coffee extract, which contains antioxidants. It has anti-inflammatory properties, so it's good for overall health, for preventing sickness and staving off disease and stuff like that. And then one study actually found that in individuals with metabolic syndrome, taking green coffee extract over 8 weeks significantly improved their fasting blood sugar, blood pressure, and waist circumference. But overall, studies aren't as conclusive about the overall weight loss effects. So next we have 100 milligrams of cayenne pepper, and cayenne pepper actually is pretty nutrient rich. It has some good vitamins and stuff, but through my research I found that the best benefits from the best potential weight loss benefits of cayenne are likely related to the fact that it can reduce your appetite. Not to mention, it can also improve other factors of health as well. Okay, so the next ingredient is Glucomannan. Now, I think this is actually probably the most impressive ingredient in instant knockouts because it's a water-soluble fiber from the konjac root that can actually absorb water like 50 times its weight, and therefore, along with delayed stomach emptying, it can help you to feel fuller and possibly even prevent you from overeating. And there have been plenty of studies that actually show that taking Glucomannan with a restricted calorie diet is more effective for weight loss than just a restricted calorie diet alone. Not to mention, there have also been some benefits shown for gut health, and because it is a fiber, it could also improve factors of heart health and type 2 diabetes. And then we're going to go to caffeine. There's 300 milligrams of caffeine per serving in instant knockout, which is a pretty decent amount considering that the green coffee extract and the green tea also contain some caffeine as well. So if you haven't built up a solid tolerance, then I would definitely suggest you do so before taking this. But obviously, you know what caffeine is. It's a nervous system stimulant. It's going to give you that big energy boost and that cognitive improvement as well. So I think that's definitely a good combination there. And then you have black pepper extract, which is actually used to help absorb some nutrients in products, and also there are some health benefits to it as well. Okay, so as far as the additional or other ingredients go, there's gelatin, silicon dioxide, titanium dioxide, magnesium stearate, and red dye. These are generally nothing really to worry about, and I'm sure there's probably not that much, quantity per capsule. So, generally these are considered safe to consume, and I wouldn't really worry too much about that. Okay, so now let's talk about the pros and cons of instant knockout. So the pros are that the main ingredients are from natural sources, which is definitely a good thing. It's a research-backed product, and I think that's pretty evident based on many of the studies that we found that supported the effectiveness of many of the ingredients on the label. Not to mention, several of the ingredients seem to work really well together to elicit those desired effects, and it seems to be pretty well dosed, so you should definitely get that potency. There are no proprietary blends, so you know exactly how much of each ingredient you are getting in the product. And I really appreciate the transparency because a lot of companies try to hide their formulas behind blends, and that's not exactly ideal. It's also a good product for women. So, a lot of women, they may think that these types of products are just for men because they're more hardcore, but that's not necessarily the case. And the company even states that on their website. So you could definitely get the benefits too. And then, of course, being a combat sports fan, I just really like the look and design of the bottle. It doesn't really offer any benefits, of course, but it's just kind of nice to look at and keep after. You could probably put some change in it or something, so. Okay, so as far as the cons go, the price of instant knockout may be a little outside of the ideal range for a lot of people. However, there are a few things to keep in mind when especially comparing this product to others, because it is what I believe to be a higher quality product than a lot of other options on the market. Not to mention, it does contain more ingredients than a lot of other options on the market as well. So, it's going to cost a little bit more, but overall, I definitely think it's a good value. And so you could opt for one bottle and see how it works for you, and then obviously the better value is going to be the 3 bottles plus 1 free and free shipping. So that's something to keep in mind. And a con, which may not be a con for everyone, is there are some vitamins in there. It may not be that useful for like most healthy adults, but it never hurts to have too much vitamins, I guess. Or maybe it does, but there's a decent amount in here which could definitely help support your overall health and stuff. And then I'm going to throw in a couple potential cons because these aren't necessarily deal breakers for everyone, but it does have some additives and fillers in there, and then you get the synthetic red dye with the capsules, obviously. But there isn't much evidence that shows that these ingredients are necessarily harmful, and I'm sure they're in very small amounts anyway, so I don't think that's anything to worry about for most people. And then, of course, there are 300 milligrams of caffeine plus whatever's in the green tea extract and green coffee bean, which, it is a pretty decent amount of caffeine, so it could be equal to like a pre-workout, but I would definitely say to be careful because you take it a few times a day, spread out throughout the day, and if you don't have a solid tolerance built up to it, then it could definitely cause some unpleasant side effects. So just keep that in mind. But caffeine has definitely shown to have some positive effects on energy expenditure. So those are my pros and cons. Okay, so who should take Instant Knockout and would I recommend it? Well, I'll say this. If you're a healthy individual who's looking for a product that could potentially help you to shed some extra pounds while also improving certain factors of health and, cognitive function, and you have built up a solid tolerance to caffeine, because there's a decent amount of caffeine in here. If you meet these criteria, then I would say that you would probably like this product, that it would probably serve you well. But it is important to have realistic expectations, and it's definitely not a replacement for a good training and diet plan. I think overall it's a pretty good value. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'd be happy to answer any or help with any questions that you have. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel to see more product reviews like this.